I'm going to show you the simple approach I use to trade US indices live every morning. I'll break down a winning trade from today, then we'll throw a trading view in replay mode, scroll back in time, and we'll randomly backtest this approach on a few days, and I'll show you how I analyze the market and how this plays out. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So this was the trade from today on US 30 or YM. I happen to be trading this in the futures market. I'll do a separate video explaining why I'm making a bit of a transition from Forex to futures. But we looked at the higher time frame trend being up. Obviously, US indices have been just on a tear. NASDAQ and Dow have been ripping up. But we looked at pre-market. I'll go ahead and I'll look at a pre-market range, a high and a low, somewhere looking back to about 2-3 in the morning. We went ahead and identified some highs and lows, some simple support and resistance areas above and below price. That price might break out from that pre-market range too. Obviously, this was some big price action. We had CPI news at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. This line was designating NYSE open at 9:30, and only the thing on here was prior day's high and low. This was prior day high. This line was prior day low, again lining up with some support and resistance zones. So market opened up. We had a bit of a push up and then a pull back down. This could have been giving us an indication that the market wanted to break up, but just in general, I traded this one off of structure, market structure, and simple price action. We had price push up, pull back down, found some support around this level here, and I looked at this and believed that it was a pretty good opportunity to structure risk, take a trade in the direction that price was currently moving, and target really a 2-to-1 near this prior high. That's all I needed to get this win. The way I handle these trades as far as trade management goes, I take partials at TP1, which is my 1-to-1, and I'll move stop loss to break even. So we got that on the first candle. Price messed around a little bit, consolidated, and then big push up on momentum. We got a close actually a little bit past 2-to-1 on the remaining position. One of the downsides of trading a fixed approach like this is that you will miss out on big trend moves, on massive momentum. You could look at trailing a stop loss instead of just closing out. There's a lot of different ways you could handle it. I've had some solid results trading this more structured approach than I do on Forex pairs. A little more defensive, a little more conservative. You will end up not taking as many trades that go into profit and then come all the way back and stop you out, since we're getting stop loss to break even. But you do kind of cut your profits a little bit short by not letting them run. Again, this has been working out really, really good for me. I've had a number of consecutive winners. I'm on a win streak all the way through last week into the prior week, no losses, and we had a no trade day yesterday. I think there was another no trade day in there somewhere, but yeah, it's worked out really well. Obviously, that's just part of the game. You get consecutive winners, get consecutive losers. I don't end up with a massive, fantastic win rate over time. This will play out. I'll take, I'm sure, a bunch of consecutive losers. That's just how this goes. But we're limiting the downside risk. We're getting stop loss to break even. At worst, we're wrong on the trade, wrong on the direction. Maybe we're early. Maybe the market just doesn't give a damn about which way we want to trade, and it rips right against us, stops us out. Could have just as easily happened today. Worst case, we're taking one full stop out. Most of these actually have been making it to the nice 2-to-1. I am closing partials at 1-to-1, so it doesn't end up being a full 2-unit reward on the 1-unit risk. But we close out partials and we end up getting a lot of half-unit rewards as they come back and stop us out at break even. So again, just the way that I'm approaching it. Many different ways to approach your trade management, structuring, taking profits, moving stop losses. You can back test a whole bunch of different ways and find something that works well for you. I may adjust this in the future, maybe trail a stop loss up and have a third take profit at a 2.5-to-1 or something like that. But for now, this has been working out awesome. So let's go ahead, like we talked about, clear this out, throw trading view in replay mode. We'll go to the daily. We will go to replay mode. I'll go ahead and look away for a minute let me scroll it back. Yeah, go ahead and look away for a minute. Scroll back in time, hopefully not completely mess the chart up. We'll go to the front here. We will go to, we can start on the daily here. Let's go to the 1 hour, see where we're at in time. Great. Somewhere back in time. man, 2018, we went way back in time. Okay, I don't know if this will let me. Yeah, I can't be this far back. Let me start this one over, guys. Let's exit replay mode real quick. I want to do this all in one shot because if not, then maybe I'm just full of shit and I'm looking at the chart. I'm scrolling back in time. I'm looking ahead. Let's not go so far back. Maybe that'll be good. All the way up, so I don't know to see what's coming with price action. Okay, let's see. Can we drop to the 5 minute without trading be messing with us? Great, we can. So let's go to somewhere around the 9:30 open. Let's go to a Monday here. Nice. We'll play it forward a little bit. And the game plan here is I will mark up the chart as I have been doing, and we will trade this as if I was trading it live. We'll see what kind of results we can get. We'll do a couple days. Won't get to do too many because it does take a little bit of time to mark the charts. But I'll just let you guys see how this, how this works, how I approach trading the U.S. indices. I'm going to do it on U.S. 30, but this applies to NAS 100 as well. In the futures market, obviously it's YM and NQ. So let me go ahead and grab this. We'll mark pre-market range. Here's going to be the top of my pre-market range. Here's going to be the bottom. I'll try to do this as quick as I can so I don't put you guys to sleep. This will be a zone up here that we're looking at. All of these highs for a potential break above. Let's take a look back in time. Get rid of that. Go to the 15 minute. Yeah, it's on its way down, so that's what we're looking at during this structure. I'll use a line all the way back here to catch this area of lows. So let's go ahead and play this forward. I'll put on about, let's say, about $2,000 worth of risk per trade when we enter. We'll move stop loss to break even when it makes sense. Maybe we'll close partials. Maybe we, maybe we'll just get to our 2-to-1. We'll kind of structure it a little bit more flexible just so we can, keep things moving here. But let's say we're going to do about $2,000 risk per trade, and we'll try to target somewhere around that 2-to-1. We can't enter in the middle of candles, so that is a little bit limiting on replay mode, but we'll do the best we can. Try to get you guys an idea. So again, pre-market range, low, resistance zone. We'll see which way it breaks out. We know this is about the middle. That's nice for a zone that we're going to look at. We don't have to mark it. Let's go ahead and play it forward. So we broke out, pushed down a little bit, pulled back up, and now we've got this bearish candle to the downside. I'm going to go ahead and take a sell here. This looks like a nice push down, pull back up, and it wants to continue down. We've got some really nice downtrend structure. So let's say we want to go for a sell. I don't know what I should put here, so we're going to try 25 and see if that's way too much, and this will be the determining factor. Stop loss. Yeah, it's a pretty deep stop loss. Let's go for something up here. Yeah, let's just say we're putting on $2,000 worth of risk, wherever that is. It's fine. And we'll go for somewhere around a 2-to-1. We're going to target a lower low. Let's try to move stop loss to break even again. Once it moves into profit, we'll see how this plays. Awesome. Breaks down, breaks below these lows. Won't go stop loss to break even yet. We'll give it a little bit of room to breathe. Goes all the way down, all the way back up. So that would have been nice to have stop loss to break even because it looks like we're going to get stopped. But yeah, so okay, stopped out. That's how it goes on this one. I would go ahead and take a second chance trade. Let's get it rolling. We're going to go for a buy. It pushed down, prices pulled all the way back up. This tells me it's likely to continue all the way up to check this prior high somewhere in the pre-market range. Let's go for a buy. We will go with a stop loss below this low. Targeting a 2-to-1. Can we get it? It'd be nice to just target that high. Let's target this resistance zone and see what we get. Was it a fake out and a pullback? Let's see. Getting late in the day here. Yeah, we're gonna come up on end of day pretty soon. Let's see if it pushes up or stops us out. Okay, 2 losses on day 1. Great. I'm glad we're starting out this way. You can see this. It doesn't work every single day. Price action doesn't agree with us. Structure just does not form, and we get stopped out. We were right on the first trade, too tight of a stop, or we just didn't take profit early enough. And then same deal, it did not continue on its way up, consolidated, kind of came back down and took us out of the trade. So let's go ahead to the next day and see if we can't get some wins on this one. We'll remove drawings and let's throw 9 o'clock on the board. Try to do this somewhat quick. Nice. We'll go to the 5-minute. Pre-market range marked out. Boom. Let's see what we can do. Go ahead and identify this with some lines. This would be another potential zone, another potential zone. We're not going to have anything really to the downside, so we're just going to let this thing run or target a lower low if it does break out to the downside. So let's play this forward and see what we get. Price pushes down after pre-market open. Does it find some support? It does. Big candle to the upside. Again, we're kind of going against the higher time frame trend. I'm going to let this one play a little bit longer and see what we get. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Downside. Let's go ahead and get a sell going. Stop loss. Nice. We can get it all the way above this high. Target a break all the way down here. We might not get this this big of a movement. Yeah, I'm going to have to just double up on this one. Let's go below this, and we'll move this bad boy back up here somewhere around that 2-to-1 mark. Perfect. Okay, let's play this forward, see if we can get on the right side of the market. Push down. There we go. Target hit. We're back into $2,000 of profit. Obviously, it's closed at the bottom of this candle, so we got a little bit more than we bargained for on that one, but that's it, man. Sometimes you get some losses, sometimes you get some wins. The goal is to make the wins bigger than the losses. So we'll just go ahead and continue. Let's see if we get a second trade. Maybe a pullback and another entry on a sell. It's usually not what I love to take on these. This is presenting it right here. You know what? Let's go ahead and take it. And just and say we're just going to trade, our nice market structure here in price action. Price broke down, pulled back up. We got a bearish candle, closed below the low of the prior candle right here on the 5-minute. Let's play it forward. Let's not get too late in the day. Again, I want to be realistic here. If we come down somewhere near 1-to-1, we'll get stop loss to break even. If this thing starts to do something funky, we can get out of the trade. It's pulling back up. What time is it? We're still okay. Let's go stop loss to break even here because we're down near our target. And do we get the target hit? What time is it? Not bad. Gonna come all the way back up and stop us out at break even. Okay, let's go ahead and just close out the trade here. We're getting towards end of day. Flatten. So that's that. Another little bit of a winner, not all the way to the target, but we would have to close that one out towards end of day for NYSE session. So 2 wins, 2 losses. We're in profit by $3,465, risking about $2,000 per trade. Let's go to the 1 hour. Let's clear the chart off. Maybe we'll get another day or two quick, and we'll wrap this up. 9 a.m. Play it forward. Okay, let's drop to the 5-minute. Mark the chart up. Perfect. Here is my pre-market range. This is my top here. Not going to look all the way back here. Again, just looking back in time over the few hours before pre-market, few hours before NYSE Stock Exchange market open. Excuse me. Trying to do this a little bit fast to keep the video entertained. No crazy flashing lights on my videos. If you need that with 1,000 different B-roll cuts, I'm probably the wrong guy for you right now. I'm just focused on what actually matters is this. So let's go ahead and play this forward. I'm gonna go no zones on this one, guys. That's BS. Let's go ahead. We'll mark that as a zone. Pretty obvious. Bottoms of these. This is gonna be our resistance zone if price breaks above. Maybe it's a target. Maybe it's a spot that it turns around and finds resistance at. And let's go ahead and throw this as some support zones. Cool. we are marked up and ready to roll. Let's see if we... Okay, so market opens. We're at 9:30 here. Oh, I'm at 9. Damn. Well, let's play this forward a little bit, guys, and get to market open. This was my pre-market range. Market open, price breaks out strong to the downside. A lot of momentum. Let's see if we get a pullback up, some structure to form, kind of a break and retest type of a trade somewhere around this market open, or maybe down here if this thing runs. There will be days where I just straight up miss the trade. I'm not trading a breakout on the first candle or two. So we look like we're getting that here. So market pulls all the way back up. This could be a sell entry. I don't love the way this candle closed. I think it's found a little bit of support here. I think it's likely to pull up a little bit deeper and push down. Again, I'm just using my experience and intuition to read price action and market structure to the best of my ability. Could be wrong, could push straight down from here and we miss the trade. Let's see. A little bit of support showing. If we get a break down a bit on this one, like I'd probably be looking to enter on a candle as it's before it's closing, pushing down. We'll have to wait for a 5-minute candle close. If not, it pulls back up. Still looking for sells. Okay, let's go ahead and enter a sell on this one. I probably would have entered something somewhere up there if I was trading this live. Let's go ahead and throw our $2,000 of risk on and target a 2-2-1 risk to reward. Let's see what we get. Could pull back up from here and take me out, in which case maybe I'll get a second chance. Maybe I'll just take a loss. Let's see what we get. Drops into profit. Big pull back. Structure looking good. New low. Big momentum down. We're gonna go stop loss to break even on that one. And let's see. Can it make it down before it comes back and stops us out? This doesn't look great. There we go. Look at that, guys. Beautiful. Again, could have just as easily came back and stopped us out. We're doing the best we can to read market structure and price action. No indicators, nothing crazy, no insane, wild concepts that we're using here. Just support and resistance. We're looking at pre-market range. We're looking at price action, market structure. Again, breaking this down. Price broke to the downside, pulled back, showed me it was going to continue down. With this candle here, I entered a sell. I threw a stop loss in an area that made sense, and I targeted, a lower low, and I watched it as it came down. We got we got stop loss to break even, protected capital. Really simple there. So I'll go ahead and wrap it up on this one. I won't just keep showing you the same thing. This is pretty much it. If I stop this share, if I continue this forward, again, you'd probably see some days like the first day where I take 1 or 2 full stop outs. That happens. The goal is not to have a massive win rate, to have some magic strategy or way of predicting the markets. Nobody can predict the markets. We don't have crystal balls. We don't know which way it's going to go. We're just going to do the best we can to come up with an approach, strategy, if you want to call it. I like to call mine approach because it's discretionary. As you saw, I don't have black and white rules to say on the 5th 5-minute bar after open, I bracket the top and the bottom and I trade this way. No, I'm just using price action and market structure. I analyze my pre-market in a specific way. I use support and resistance in somewhat of a specific way. Even that's discretionary. You could look at the chart and say, hey, Zach, I don't think that's a support zone. I think the support zone is lower. That's fine. In my experience, I don't think having this insane objective way to identify by the close of the candle versus the wick, I don't think it provides any additional edge. So we're structuring our trades in a way that we're going to try to preserve capital as best we can. We want to defend that capital at all costs, but we're looking to make a little bit more on our winners than we're losing on our losers. In this instance, I'm targeting a 2-to-1 as I'm trading this live like we talked about. I'm moving stop loss to break even at a 1-to-1, and I'm taking partials. Again, I may adjust this in the future. I back test a lot. I try to always be a adapting my strategy to the markets as they're changing, and maybe it makes sense to target, a TP3 or TP4, moving stop loss up as I go, taking different partials, different percents of the position off. So for now, this has worked out fantastic. As you guys can see, really why I'm making these videos is, one, to show you how I trade, the stuff that works for me, and also to display that, in my opinion, not financial advice, I don't think that traders need a ridiculously complex strategy with an enormous amount of indicators, a wild amount of markings on the chart. Like, that's a lot for me. I like to keep my charts very, very simple. I use literally single color candles for green and red bars. I just use white, as simple as possible. That allows me to focus on price, what I believe matters most, price action, market structure, and be able to form an opinion of that and trade it to the best of my abilities. I have some structured ways that I enter trades, that I manage my trades, especially on the US indices, a lot more structured than the more flexible approach I have on Forex on higher time frames. I certainly have a risk management plan that I follow very, very closely. I know what I'm risking per trade, my position size accordingly. I won't take setups that don't provide a good risk structure, a good way for me to structure risk, where I would have to take on more dollar amount risk, or to have a really, really wide stop and too wide of a target, or vice versa, too tight of a stop and a tight target where it just doesn't give enough room to breathe. But again, I'm trying to display that I'm of the opinion you don't need 1,000 indicators on your chart. You don't need a ton of different research and development done as when you come to the chart to analyze it. I think keeping things simple, focusing on price action, market structure, definitely defining your risk, and trying to build your experience as you go in the markets. Watch this stuff play out over and over again. And very, very important, if not one of the most important things that, again, I'm not really displaying in this back test and talking about on that live trade, is the mindset. You have to develop your psychology. You have to develop your trader's mindset to be able to trade effectively this way. It's easy to do in back test. It's easy to do on demo. When money's on the line, and let's use my case as an example, I'm having back-to-back wins, consecutive wins. Do you think that I'm jacking up my leverage and risk and risking twice or three times as much because now I'm unstoppable, I'm a godlike trader, and I've got the best strategy and it's never going to fail? No, I'm trading my strategy, my approach consistently from a risk perspective. Vice versa, if I'm taking consecutive losses, do you think I'm going to adjust my strategy or my risk again? Do you think I'm going to go adding an indicator or changing the entire way that I'm trading, or start risking double to make back what I've lost, or risking less because now I'm losing my trades? No. I've built up my confidence in this approach. I've back tested, I've forward tested, I've risked a very small amount. As I've built that experience up in the markets, I have realistic expectation of how many consecutive wins, how many consecutive losers. I can see what my win rate will be over a large number of trades, which won't be the most amazing thing in the world, but I know that if I trade this well, if I perform and execute this approach properly, that I'll make money in the long term, because I will have winners that are slightly larger than my losers on average, and may end up with around that 50% win rate, maybe a little higher, maybe a little lower, but again, relying on that risk to reward, that again is somewhat dynamic in this instance, as we're changing stop losses and taking profit halfway through, but relying on those things and leveraging the most basic technical analysis, trend, market structure, support and resistance, price action. You saw me there. I'm not identifying a doji candle or a double top or a double bottom and head and shoulders. I know all that stuff, but do I use that in my trading by defining it and saying this is how I'm going to enter and exit the market? No, I'm watching for candle closes, for how price action is moving, the momentum, big bullish candle pushing up. That tells me, maybe market's going to be moving out of this support zone that I've marked, prior day high and low, what it did in pre-market. Everybody has to develop their own system. your approach, your strategy, your way of reading price action is going to be different than mine. You can't copy my approach. Maybe you can trade along with me. You can watch how I trade, start to understand how I look at price action, how I apply this somewhat simple method of approaching the markets, and utilize some of that. But you do have to come up with your own approach. You have to build your own experience. I can't give you experience in the markets. You have to make your own mistakes. You have to develop your own strategy, your own way of approaching the markets that resonates with you, and then you have to build an enormous amount of confidence in it. At least that's my opinion, and a way to start taking steps towards profitability. So, disclaimer first: nothing in this video, nothing in this non-financial video, is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Again, it's not a recommendation or suggestion to do anything. The results I show are not typical. Most traders lose money. You're probably going to lose all or more of the money that you're looking to invest. This is very hard to do. I don't intend to make it look easy here or anywhere else in my content. I'm just sharing my experience for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Again, if you found this video helpful, guys, I trade live on US indices almost every day. I run a free Telegram group where I share analysis, some trades, I share information, I share what I'm thinking, the way I'm handling news, the way I'm handling different active management of trades. I also run paid programs. I have Team Real Deal. That's how you get to trade along with me. It's a monthly program. Check out my website, realdealforex.com. I also have all the information in the Telegram that I post, as well as all the results from the live sessions. It is a private Discord where you can ask me any questions you have, and I'll answer. Unlimited. You can share charts with me. We can go over analysis, mindset. We can go over risk management. All of these different things, again, for entertainment purposes only. And I also have a one-on-one intensive mentorship program. Runs for 3 months. I work with you hands-on, and we do the best we can to work together to get steps made towards profitability. The link in my bio, join the free Telegrams in the description of this video as well, or head to realdealforex.com. Thanks for watching this long. If you have, keep it green. I will see you next time.